We're back with the Ron and Fez Show, live on a Wednesday on 106.7 WJFK. Ron Bennington, Fez Watley with you tonight.
Michael Jordan's last game tonight, Fezzy. We're going to get a
Spy report.
Update from the intern formerly known as Cigar Sid.
Formerly known as Cigar Sid, the quickest mouth in sports. I'm sure we'll be getting some fast-breaking details about Jordan's last game.
Some up-to-the-minute, up-to-the-moment stats. Here he comes.
He hasn't gotten anything from Jordan's last game in Chicago. He's still looking for that.
Apparently he left after 6 championships.
What do you got for us, Sydney?
All right, Philadelphia is up 67-50, and Jordan has 13 points.
Wow, is he going out a loser?
Wow, that's out with a big bang, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. Why bother? People in Philly must be having the last laugh, finally. Finally, it's a big night in Philly.
I'm sure he'll come out of retirement again before.
You think he will?
Yeah, he'll probably play another season with Chicago just to go out with them, I think.
You know what? That would be interesting. Now, I hear that North Carolina's talking with him about working in the front office. This has come up. Do you think that the Wizards should retire Jordan's number?
No, because he didn't play with them the career. He was just there 2 years.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Out of the mouth of babes, Fuzzy.
That's our babe. Cigar Sid.
Why bother somebody being there acting like it's a career that they had with you?
Sure, he's not going to go in the Hall of Fame wearing that jersey.
No.
I don't even think he should go into the Hall of Fame after these last couple of years.
You would keep him out just based on that.
That, and of course, I think he bet on golf.
I'm sure he did.
That was the big thing with him, remember? That's why they ran him out the first time.
Yeah, that's why he went to baseball.
He bet over $100,000 on golf. Yeah, well, how much is he worth? That'd be like me throwing him Fezzy a nickel.
That's your nickel.
Yeah. It's not going to be a big deal. Do you think that he shouldn't have retired? I mean, he should have came back from retirement. He should have left us all with the big, beautiful glow of hitting that 6th championship jumper where everybody went, it's the perfect den. The perfect story. And then he comes back with bad knees and showing his age.
I wish his playing days he had stopped right then and there. I think it's cool. I think he's a great spokesmodel and figurehead.
Hey.
White people are so scared of black people.
Figure. I said figure.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand it. All right, so he's a figurehead.
So to lend his name to another team, that's great, and that's another dimension to him. That's his next chapter in the storybook career. But to come back and play, I think it just taints the old chapters.
Oh.
Taint.
Yeah.
Here's the guy. What were you going to say, Sid?
I do think he should have stayed in the front office. I mean, he was one of the...
I think here's the thing. When you're an athlete, you never want to leave anything behind. And he's thinking... Maybe I got one more in him, and he's living day to day. That's what makes a Michael Jordan different from all the rest of us bums. That he goes out there and he pushes himself to see how much he has. And maybe, people don't even realize this. To a lot of those athletes, they don't measure winning and losing the way we do. They don't have this whole, oh, my life's so bad, I wish I had 6 championships. He just does what he does, whether he wins a championship or not.
He just wants to play.
He just wants to play. He's out there for the love of the game. Obviously, he didn't come back with the Wizards to prove anything. He had nothing to prove. He was pretty much left out there as the greatest player in the history of the game.
He's nowhere near where he was then, but he's still the best player on the Wizards.
Yeah, well, obviously, no one wants to be remembered as the best player of the Wizards.
That's like saying I was the prettiest girl at retard school.
It's about time they switched their names again. All right, we went from Bullets to Wizards. Wizards ain't working out, not even with Michael Jordan.
Let's try something else now.
Maybe I'd say this. Michael Jordan, he finishes up in Chicago, not playing for the Bulls, but actually getting drunk, running out on the field, and punching an umpire or first base coach.
If we were going to talk about animals that need to be eliminated, how about White Sox fans?
No problems there.
Again, an umpire gets attacked at a White Sox game.
And says it was the 4th fan to run on the field that night. That game, 4 different guys got out on the field. Now, how come it doesn't happen in other sports?
I have no idea what's in the beer or the water that's making these idiots in Chicago run out on the field. The first 3 get out on the outfield. The fourth one gets to the umpire and tries to take him down and can't. So here's the tough guy.
Right. Exactly. Well, they're drunk off their ass, and, it always kills me. People from Chicago will tell me Chicago is such a great baseball town. BS. It's a great drinking town. People are drunk off their ass, but they know nothing about baseball in that town. They just know how to get hammered.
Yeah, their drinking tends to be at baseball stadiums. It doesn't make them great fans.
They always think that they're great fans because they don't care whether they win or lose.
Well, good thing.
Oh, we got to be great fans. We stuck with the Cubs this long.
You just like going out, having your shirt off, and drinking. You're not even a fan at all.
Nutty fans running out on the field, and it's getting worse and worse. 4 last night in Chicago, and it just seems to be Chicago.
Yeah, and not even, you can't even blame the Cubs on this. It's all the White Sox fans.
As those lunatics keep taking the field.
And it seems like they have the father and son team, that little crazy guy, they have put them up as monuments in that town now.
Those are the local folk heroes that everyone's trying to emulate. That'll be the statue outside.
Maybe we do this. Does Chicago really need 2 teams?
No.
Can we move one of the teams to, say, Northern Virginia?
Let's do that. And maybe we'll cut down on fans trying to hurt umpires and run it out on the field.
And why can't the Cubs, seriously, they have a national network behind them. They sell out every game, and yet they still can't put together a decent team after 90-some years. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing. No wonder the fans are going nuts all over that town.
And that's why they're all crying over Michael Jordan leaving them. Because they've got nothing else.
That was the last bright moment.
Really, what would you do about some of these guys? Why doesn't it happen at a football game? Because of the security?
Maybe there's more security? Is it harder to get out on a football field than a baseball field?
I don't see the difference. It's the same size field.
I don't know why it's so different there with the White Sox.
And who wants to get on the field? Literally, at any game, did you ever think to yourself, I ought to hop over this fence and attack this guy? And it's not like I've never been hammered at the game before. But it would never once dawn on me, I need to go over top of this wall and get to one of those guys.
With the father-son incident last year, the father was saying, we thought he flipped us off. The umpire flipped us off. Like that's going to happen.
Yeah, they thought the first base coach turned around and gave him the finger.
Yeah.
Guess what? Even if he did, you can't jump out there, you tattooed drunk.
And your ugly kid.
I say take the team back. Now, Chicago, and I forget what they're calling Kaminsky Park now. What is it? It's like, the Dell Computer Park or whatever. It's named after something else.
I'm not sure what the name of it is now.
It's some new
corporate name.
Yeah, it's some new crazy name. They're supposed to be getting the All-Star game. We're going to trust these drunken animals to have the All-Star game?
Oh, so you get the best in the game, all in one place, where the lunatics can get over the wall at them.
We're eventually just going to have to start and give the players guns. And if somebody comes onto that field, you shoot them.
It's called the U.S. Cellular.
Yeah, you know what they're calling it? The cell. Like it's a jail cell.
Dude, you're getting a cell.
So stupid.
Yes, the White Sox, they need to start getting punished huge. Yeah, if they can't protect umpires, players, visiting teams, coaches.
You know what? If you can't keep the shirts on your fans, you need to be punished. And I'll tell you what, we're going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to go to a sporting event and have a drink. And people act like, hey, that'll never happen. Who would believe that they would be cutting out smoking? They will do it piece by piece until it's gone.
They are doing it piece by piece now because they have those family sections where you can't drink.
Yeah.
You can't get a beer at those concession stands.
A lot of stadiums were also cutting out after 7th inning stretch. You can't get any more beer after that.
Right.
That's going to start getting earlier and earlier.
And then the next thing you're going to find out is they won't open up the parking lots until an hour before the game.
So you can't sit out there and drink all day.
So they're literally, because of a couple people that cannot handle themselves, they're going to take away partying in a sporting event.
It's going to get down to you're allowed to buy beer until your team is up. Till your team's first up.
So finally you're telling people, no, I'm not drinking, but you're sitting there eating Xanax like Billy Staples.
Oh, yes, that'll be replacements. Xanax stands.
I saw him in a 12-step meeting today, not enough. And I'm like, you're high, my friend. You might act like you're here and I was in a great run of meeting. Then why do you have the nods?
Last night on the show, he's so nodding off his head sitting in the microphone.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. You can't just blame Chicago for this because the incident this week and the one last year, they were playing Kansas City both nights.
What's that got to do with Kansas City?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the volatile nature there, the combination, just real crappy baseball.
Well, you really think that maybe that Kansas City and Chicago have this big inter-city rivalry?
Big turf war, Ronnie.
Yeah.
No, I think it just inspires a lot of heavy drinking when you see 9 innings of really bad baseball.
All right, thank you very much, my friend. That's not, it's not a game I'd ever want to catch myself, Fuzzy. Here's Seth. Seth, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Ron Fez, what's happening?
Hey, my buddy.
Hey, let me tell you something. Last thing I want to do is jump out on the field and grab, Ray Lewis.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's, let me just go out and tackle Brett Favre real quick.
Well, you ever notice this? I mean, nobody gets crazier than football fans, and yet they never go after the referees physically.
Well, that's true.
And those are the referees that fans will get the most pissed at. Oh, God, you want to kill a referee in a football game.
Although, you know what? I wonder about this because you might want to, but the players never go after a referee like you will watch baseball, and the players will go after the umpire, and it will be put up with, and everybody will say, oh, that's part of the game. But you will never see a big defensive tackle just screaming at the referee. You never see that like you do in baseball. You literally don't see it in basketball. Maybe the thing in baseball is they've set it up that you can get away with this kind of behavior.
Well, that and if you run out on the field like that, you're holding up the game. So you're not only going to piss off the players. Now you got like 50 players pissed off, and the entire stadium.
Right.
And in basketball, it's just all right to attack your coach.
Right. You can beat up your coach in basketball
or a photographer.
Yeah, either one.
All right. Thanks a lot, Seth.
Hey, thanks a lot.
All right, see ya.
866-277-4969. That's the toll-free phone number. DC local lines 202-432-1067.
Good points there that they really haven't gone after any of the players. They've gone after an elderly coach and an umpire.
Yeah, they're picking their spots. So they're sober enough, they're coherent enough to pick out their targets and premeditate that.
Although the whole team went after this guy.
Yeah, both benches clear.
And somebody actually put the spikes to him while he was down.
Good.
I saw someone stomp spikes right in his legs. Here's our buddy, Captain Clown. How you doing, Clown?
Hey, Captain.
Hey, guys. How you doing? You can't blame Chicago fans. Philly fans beat up Chief Z one year, and we had the old pepper spraying out here at FedEx Field last year.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Philadelphia fans are the worst in the history of sports.
They even have their own jail cell.
Yeah, they do. They're the worst human beings in the history of sports. There's no doubt about that.
I wonder if they're going to have that in the new stadium that the Eagles are going to play in.
That's a good question.
If they're going to have a brand new cell, new containment facility, brand new luxury suites.
Now, you know what I'd like to see with Philly fans? They arrest them before they leave their homes, and they arrest them in the driveway. They don't let them get all the way to the stadium. As soon as they buy their tickets, you slap the cuffs on them and take them away.
It's the precog. Minority Report.
All right. You notice this, no matter what happens with people, they will always agree about Philadelphia fans. And even the players will go, wow, we got some bad fans there. We got some awful fans. Billy has a spy report for us.
Spy report.
What you got, Staples?
Yeah, it appears in the third period now, the Lightning are beating the Washington Capitals, again, 3-1 with 15:31 left in the third.
It appears or it is?
It is.
All right.
Or is that just the illusion you're getting from your television, which is actually just a pizza box?
No, this is a definite spy report. It's Woody News update.
Spy report.
All right, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Good, John.
Hey, I was wondering, great show. I unfortunately get to only listen to the replays late at night, and last night I was wondering how Billy said he's, the awesome goalie and everything.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys would be wanting to set up a little shooting contest there. I can either set it up so we can bring down some nets and some sticks and goalie equipment for Billy to,
get in the goal,
Yeah.
and have some Mason kids shoot at him.
Yeah, that sounds decent. Billy, could you...
Or if he prefers to get on the ice and do it, we could do it that way too.
He likes anything on the rocks.
Any surface, any place, any time, any person.
All right, Billy, he's saying pick it. Why don't we just do it here in the parking lot one night?
Let's start. That sounds great to me. You get me lefty goalie equipment, we're all set.
Okay.
All right.
You can do that, John?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, hold on, John. I'm going to put you on hold. Rory's going to talk to you. How many guys are you bringing in?
I don't know. I'll talk to the Mason hockey team and see if we can't get 3 of the guys. It's Mason, it's club, Division 2, so it's, way...
So how old are these guys? They're adults, right?
Mouthing off saying he can beat... Pros couldn't beat him.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, right?
I will stop more than they score. Guaranteed. I'm staking my reputation on it.
What reputation? You're a pro.
That's your reputation. Sound drunk.
That's tough.
Billy, we want more than your reputation. I'm going to put you on hold, John, and let Roy talk to you. But I want to set up a real contest, Billy.
Oh, yeah.
And I want you to pay with more than your reputation.
Well, that's pretty valuable.
No, it's not. It has no value to us. Either physical pain or public humiliation. I'll go for either one.
If you want to think about that.
Yeah, we're going to let you think about it.
Sure.
I'd have you put up your pricey wardrobe, but I see you're into the 106.7 WJFK T-shirts.
Where did you get that?
I had a little accident.
What happened? Yeah, wet yourself again?
No, I dribbled. I dribbled on my shirt, so I didn't want to, make a messy appearance.
Where?
Here.
What, you want me and Fez to start judging you now?
No, of course not. I mean, if you make a little mistake and you do a
need to shave and you have drunk hair. We're not going to judge you because you're too high to be able to eat chicken.
And tell us your hockey credentials again for anyone who might have missed it.
5-letter man, all-star hockey player in high school, captain of my high school hockey team for 2 years running, college hockey in Nassau County, adult leagues all over the island, MVP, all-star, you name it, I've been there.
What were your positions other than face down in gutter?
No, that was not a hockey position. I started out, my first 3 years were as a goaltender, all-star I might add, first team, and then after that I switched to defense because of my offensive and skating abilities when I was able to score as a defenseman, which is very highly regarded in the sport.
Because of your offensive abilities, you moved to defense?
My offensive scoring abilities.
Oh.
It was so highly regarded, he was recruited by a community college.
I played 2 years up in... I played 2 years up in Canada with the Kingston Canadians in Ontario.
Wait a minute, the Kingston Trio?
No,
he played with them?
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. All right, so you're that good.
I am that good.
And you need lefty equipment from John. That's what you're saying.
That is correct. I am a lefty goaltender, one of the rare and the few.
Yeah, I saw you on the extinct list you brought in earlier.
That's the stink list. You stink. He's the few, the rare, the awful.
Hey, you're a 5-letter man and you excel. I mean, I can excel at any position in hockey, you name it.
We're just going by goalie. That's the one we've named.
I'm going to be the goaltender and I'm going to stop this Mason, what are they, the guys with the funny hats or something? What is a Mason? I don't understand. He says the Mason team. Who are the Masons?
Don't start jive talking. Why don't you just do it on the ice?
I'm going to.
Right. Smack. I'm sure he means George Mason University.
Oh.
You idiot.
I didn't know.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez with Ron and Fez and a drunk. What can we do for you?
Hey guys, freaking Gordie Howe there with you.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see the guy?
Gordie, how about another drink?
Gordie Howe didn't play goalie.
Yeah, well, you said you could play everything. Just hush. Did you see the
It's
guy?
more like Steve Howe. What can we do for you?
Did you see the guy, the ball player, when they had the guy down, he was taking the baseball, smacking him in the forehead with it?
Yeah, and I saw another one stamping on him with the spikes.
Yeah, and he actually dropped the ball, picked it back up again, and started hitting him again with it.
These ball players are furious that these fans are crossing the line, and they just had it, they said.
What's nice is you get that one free moment, however many minutes or seconds it takes to get that ass off the field, you get those free shots.
Right, nobody can stop you.
I would love it.
Right, before any professional security or police get involved. That is, you get so many free tickets to do whatever you want in life. That is amazing, to get to put the spikes to somebody.
All right, thank you very much, Steve.
And it's all self-defense.
Yeah, why 90 guys are holding him down, you can spike him in his knee. But these guys are absolutely furious, and I got nothing for a fan who thinks they can hop over and get involved just because they get on Sports Center. Mary, you're around Fez. How you doing, Mary?
Hello, Mary.
Hi, guys.
Hey, baby.
Do you remember about 5 years ago, maybe it was 6, it was a Christmas Eve, very, very snowy in New York, and the Giants were playing? And a lot of
the
people...
Chargers.
They were playing the Chargers?
Yeah.
I don't remember who they were playing, but anyway, all the season ticket holders weren't going because it was Christmas Eve and it was snowing like mad, so they sold all their tickets. And the snowball fight?
Yeah. Because of that, they now will actually run snow blowers at a pretty high cost, like over $100,000, through all the stadiums so that the fans can't get their hands on snowballs anymore.
Yeah, and what they had done is they had actually made ice balls. So basically throwing bricks and rocks, and they hit that assistant coach in the noggin, put him in the hospital for a while.
I think after Philadelphia fans and Chicago fans, we have to agree that New York fans are the worst in the world.
Get in line.
Well, Giants Stadium, they stopped the beer, I think, for a couple of games, and then they went to after the end of the half. I don't think you can buy it anymore.
But, honey, those people are drinking whiskey and eating Quaaludes on their way in.
They're messed up before they walk through the gate.
Hi, Cameron has something for us. What is it, Cam Daddy?
Well, they also made the season ticket holders responsible. They said, listen, if you sell your tickets or give them away and anything happens with somebody that's sitting in your seat, we're holding you responsible. And they wrote letters to everybody.
Way to duck the responsibility. What you got, Cam?
I got to disagree about the New York fans. The Oakland fans are the worst.
Oakland fans are terrible.
They're the prettiest.
Oh, you travel everywhere. Where do you think the worst possible people are?
The worst people in the history of existence are in Philadelphia. No offense.
None taken.
Philadelphia is the most horrible city I've ever been to. If I ever go back again, please shoot me. But I know I'll have to go back for the game this year. I hate Philadelphia with every fiber of my being.
What do you think makes them the worst fans?
They're just... I think that Philly people feel inadequate between New York and Washington.
Yeah.
So they feel really, really, I'm from Philadelphia, and they want to impose their whatever on you, and they're just over super about their team.
Right.
I don't know what it is really.
But between the Philadelphia area and New Jersey, there's never been like a lot of non-blue collar jobs. Everybody has, really had to work. Factory-type jobs, construction jobs. So they've never really been happy with the fact that ball players get paid a lot of money. Because, it's the whole Springsteen song. There's no way out of there. There's just nothing you're going to actually do. Bill Cosby got out, and that was the last person. They stopped him after that. So, they're not happy to begin with. And I do not know why they put so much, because they don't even like their own teams.
No, they're so angry about everything. I think they're angry they live in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it is difficult.
I mean, here's an example. When you're driving north of 95, once you're north of Baltimore, it doesn't say Philadelphia, it says New York.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's kind of a slap in the face.
That is a true thing. As you're driving up, let's say from Florida on, you'll never see 800 miles to Philadelphia sign because they know no one wants to stop. Literally, if you live there, you'll stop, but no one visits. No one visits Fezzy.
Maybe just a few road signs would turn the whole attitude around. New stadium and new road signs.
Fresh coat of paint, that awful city.
And maybe people would think that the Liberty Bell is a little more important than it turned out to be. I'll tell you another place, though. You look at Cleveland. Cleveland has a rough time of being accepted, yet their fans are aggressive, but not as negative as the Philly fans.
The dog pound.
Yeah.
At the Browns games. They'll throw dog biscuits. That's really about it.
Yeah. By the way, I think if you dress up for a sporting event, and I'll even go so far as saying a concert, I don't know where the hell your head's at. I don't know what's going on that you have to act like it's Halloween.
You go to any game, and when the person who's all body painted or got the crazy wig on or all in sparkles or something, watch that person for a second. And see how much they're actually paying attention to this game and this team that they love so much. Their back is to the game, and they're banging a drum trying to get everybody to stand up.
That's a very good point.
Those people aren't paying attention.
All right, so what you're saying is super fans aren't even real fans.
Right. They're party people.
Yeah.
They're enthusiastic. They're pep club.
Right.
Sure. But they're not the fan that's sitting there, like at FedEx Field, watching the game and, trying to go over strategy in your head, what play's going to run, booing because you ran on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
The people that are painting themselves up, they pay no attention to the game.
Any face painter? Any single one?
No.
No exception to the rules?
No exception to the rule.
That's interesting.
They're going there just to scream and be loud and get on television.
Yeah, and you know what? Why does television always put those people on?
Colorful.
You see that same guy in Oakland with the stupid spikes on his shoulder pads every effing time there's an Oakland game.
His whole Legion of Doom look.
I'm sorry, who is he? Burt Reynolds? That we all need to be looking at? He's no big deal. He's a guy in a costume.
You get some nut at a baseball game with his shirt off screaming, and he's got the team, the letters painted on him and his buddy's bare chest.
Yeah.
And they're screaming. They're on TV. They will never put on the little old lady who's keeping the score along with the game.
Yeah, that is true. Baseball has...
And that's the fan. That's the person who's paying attention to the game.
All right, is that a fan? Those people who go to the ball games and sit there and act like they're scorekeepers. Have you ever seen that before, Sid?
I love those people.
I found I was at the Baltimore game just last week. There were people keeping score.
You know what's weird? I have a brother-in-law who does it. And I go, what the F are you doing? And he goes, my dad taught me to do this. And I go, why? There's this effing scoreboard in front of us, bro. And then he's like, well, then I can go home and look at this and remember what happened in the game. I go, I'm not going to forget the game. Plus, check the box score tomorrow if you want to go over it. What is this? And he'll save them.
Yeah, you'll usually get it in the program, where you can write in things. I've actually seen people with their own spiral notebooks putting their own things together. Not even using the one provided by the team.
Oh, yeah, they have them at home. And some people will actually have it, the same one that they use as kids. You know what I mean? Like, they'll have every game they ever went to. And I would see people doing it at spring training games. I haven't thought about that much. Well, and if anybody can answer this, 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. I really want to know the people who go to a baseball game and scorekeep and don't do anything but that. I mean, they don't have time to do anything but.
It would be interesting to know, if you're one of those people and you're listening, what the kick is.
What you get out of it.
Yeah. What's the thrill about that?
Now with the internet, you can just go home and get it all online as soon as you get home.
I know what you're saying, Sid, but here's what I think. I think it has something to do with the simple act of it helps them pay attention. I don't know what it is, but they couldn't not do it. They have to do it, these scorekeeper people.
Almost like some OCD they got going at a baseball game.
All right, we got to take a break. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. We're right back as the Ron and Fez Show.
Nice music. I feel like I'm partying at the Helix.
I'm in the lounge, Fezzy.
The Helix Lounge?
Just cruising around. Dancing with this.
Look at you, you're working it.
Hot little model type at the Helix.
The Hotel Helix on Rhode Island Avenue. People, you got to check this place out. I'll tell you what, if you got company coming into town or you're looking for a night on the town, the Helix Hotel, Rhode Island Avenue, it's close to everything. So, you got the shopping, the partying going on. So why not just stay right there in town and get a great room at the Helix?
You're feeling like you're at the factory with Andy Warhol dancing around. It's like the Velvet Underground. Lou Reed and Nico are next to you.
It's very shagadelic.
I say ciao, Manhattan. Ciao.
The Hotel Helix. You want to be cool? Be seen hanging out there.
I was dancing with Peter Max in there last night, Fezzy.
The Hotel Helix, 1430 Rhode Island Avenue, Washington, D.C. 1-866-508-0658 for reservations or helixhotel.com.
It is definitely the coolest hotel in the D.C. area. Also really the coolest little lounge.
So if you want to just hang out there, they got great meeting rooms, too. So if, you're trying to impress a client, you want to take them someplace cool instead of the normal, old, boring, drab boardrooms, that's what they are, BORED boardrooms. Take them to the Helix, have some fun instead.
I had lunch with Edie Sedgwick there.
Nice.
So cool.
Things are happening for you.
It's 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969. Here is Ed. Ed, you're on the Ron and Fez Show, buddy.
Hey, Ed. Eddie. What's going on, Ed? No, Ed.
Sorry, Eddie, a little phone trouble. Here's our buddy, the Ron and Fez kid. How you doing?
Hey, buddies.
Hey, my buddy.
How are you?
We're great. What can we do for you, pal?
Well, you were talking about how the scorekeeping got a feeling for everyone, or how it brought a sensation.
Do you do that? Do you keep score at the games?
Occasionally.
Why do you do that? I never understood it.
Well, baseball games, I mean, they're not that eventful if you've been to one. And by doing that, it kind of fills up the time. I don't get a sensation out of it, but it takes up some time.
All right, who taught you how to do it?
I do. I mean, my parents had somewhat to do with it, but I learned about 3/4 of it myself.
He went to fantasy camp.
Is it from not being able to actually play Little League and you had to sit there and help us keeping score?
No.
Remember that kid in Little League that you always yell at, that's a hit? No matter what happened. Hey, that's a hit! No matter what came out. I swear to God, no matter what happened, I tried to call it a hit to my scorekeeper.
Yeah.
I went right for him first.
All right.
All right, see you later, buddy.
Yeah, see ya.
Thanks, Ron Fez, kid.
Yeah.
866-277-4969. DC local lines 202-432-1067.
I can't understand why people keep score at a ball game.
To me, if I go to a ball game, it's to kick back, have some beers, and relax. Maybe get some sun, not too much. I blister. But that seems like a lot of work to do.
Because I will tell you this, because I have gone to ball games with you, it's mainly eating for you.
What?
Not a huge baseball fan, but you eat everything in the park at one point or another.
I will have a snack or two, yes.
And you try to mix it with beer and become the big gross guy that's, you always brag about how much you eat. And you know you're a Christian, right?
Yes.
Why is gluttony so big for you?
I have a problem with it. I'm not perfect. But I will start to do the thing where I'll have a beer, an ice cream, a beer, an ice cream, and go back and forth inning to inning.
Here is James. James, you're on Fez.
Hey, you guys are asking why people keep score at the games, right?
Yeah, I never understood it.
What fun is it?
Well, personally, I do it because, like, when you go to the gift shop, you know, you want to get a finger or a hat or something. Those are like $10. But if I come home with a piece of paper or something that has the score and stuff, I feel like I've gotten a free souvenir, you know? I mean, it doesn't cost anything. I mean, it's like a pen and piece of paper.
So it's a nice memory of the game.
And what do you do with it later? Do you go back and look at it as the years go by?
Well, I have a spiral notebook, and then I don't know, it's just when I want to remember the games I was at, I'm like, oh yeah, that was the Orioles game, right? Yeah, that was the Dodgers game or something.
Now, I'm always curious, did your dad keep score?
No, they really didn't. I just kind of looked it up on the internet, and I've been doing it ever since, about 3 years.
All right, so you learned how to do it off the internet.
Yeah, by myself. I mean, it's kind of fun to do. I mean,
I know that some people enjoy it, and I know occasionally they will try to tell you, oh, he got a hit last time, or, you know what I mean? They try to start updating you like they're statisticians.
To me, it seems too nerve-wracking. I mean, if you go to the men's room in between innings, and there's a line there, and you don't get back in time, and you miss a couple of batters, and your thing's all screwed up.
Fezzy, let me try to, and I really want you to try to remember, when have you ever seen a scorekeeper head to the bathroom?
They don't.
They don't drink a lot of beer. They don't join in a lot of conversation. They sit quietly, and they keep score, because they are also following every ball, every strike.
I wouldn't be able to sit that still. It's too much responsibility you're giving yourself.
God, Jim, I'm sorry.
I'm not religious about it. I mean...
Yes, you are.
I'm not I don't cry about it if I miss a swing or something. I'm just like, oh, well, try and get the rest. I mean, I'm pretty good at holding it in, you know.
All right, thanks a lot, James.
Thanks, bye.
He can hold it together, Ronnie.
No, he's kind of a new guy to it. I've seen a lot of old guys that have been doing it for a lot of years, and I will try to even ask them at the game, and I go, why do you do that? And I notice that they look like they never want to talk about it, like they know something that I don't. I get that out of these little scorekeepers. Hey, Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Bill, what you got?
Wouldn't that be like working a crossword puzzle, finishing it, and then going back and looking at it?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something. Does you eat as a defensive mechanism?
As an offensive mechanism.
Oh, is this and why isn't it Fez and Ron, may I ask?
Well, we tried that for a while. Nobody liked it. But your stuff is great, Bill. Okay. We could listen to you all night.
You're doing it.
You're making things happen. Here's PJ.
I bet he has a lot of friends.
PJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, well, with the Fez and Ron show, what can we do for you?
No, Fez and Ron, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you compare to other sports like football, basketball, a 3-point shot happens constantly, an interception or a fumble or something like that. It happens a lot. But baseball, you got maybe one home run every 4 innings. You got a batter getting hit. Something big only happens maybe 2-3 times a game.
But you're marking down every swing, right?
Yeah, you're marking down every swing, but it gives you something to do in between that big home run.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
But what about talking with your friends? What about betting on the next thing? We do a lot of gambling.
Yeah.
Where everybody's throwing a buck and say, I bet this guy grounds out.
Well, I mean, we're from, Virginia, and unlike people in New York who have a lot of money, we don't have all that kind of money.
By the time you buy your way into the game.
Oh, an Orioles game, I mean, hell, you can get tickets for like $10.
Right,
it's not expensive to get into an Orioles game now. I mean, maybe you might have 10,000 people there now. I mean, they're not selling any tickets, so you're not spending much money.
So you want to sit there and keep score?
I mean,
I don't understand how you're leaping from one point to the other.
He's making it sound like it's only Orioles fans that do this.
Yes, it happens at every ballpark. Anywhere you go in the world. Thank you very much, Peach. Here's David. David, you're on Ron and Fez. Hey, my buddy.
David.
Now, before I get into why they keep score, I gotta say, I gotta stop hearing this Philly bashing going on.
I'll tell you what. First, we'll do the score, and then I'll let you talk about Philly. All right?
But
you're a scorekeeper. Yeah.
Scorekeeping is simple. People who keep score are usually the people who are old school baseball fans. They really just love the game. They often want to compete with the scorekeeper from the stadium.
I noticed that they will look for any kind of mistakes that they can come up with.
Right.
And somehow yell out, no, there's only 2 strikes. Look at this book. I've been keeping this book.
I need to get into the press box immediately.
All right, so David, you're saying it's more like we want to be part of the game, that's why we're keeping score.
Yes.
You're saying yourself as Sparky Anderson.
I won't keep score, but I'm the kind of person, when I go to a game, I don't want to be bothered. I love watching baseball at a game. And
I'm a big baseball fan myself. And I honestly think it's 100% better being at a ballpark than it is watching on TV.
I agree.
And I will say just the opposite of football. I think that you can follow the game better and have a better experience watching on TV than you can actually being there at the stadium.
I go to a lot of football, and there's a lot of what happened, and people just turning their heads back and forth.
Is that a cloud of dust?
What happened? Did he fumble? Fumble? I think he fumbled. Now you have to wait for that big crowd roar.
Right.
Before you realize something good or bad happens.
All right, so
I enjoy watching the game at the Vet. A fight up usually breaks out every other game. So.
Yeah, all right, so you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
I'm a Philadelphia everything fan, and yeah, the fans are tough. I kind of caught the last bit of the conversation, but who was it? Who was that who was really bashing the Philadelphia?
That was Cameron, who travels everywhere with the Redskins, and we said, who are the worst fans out there? And he said the Philadelphia Eagle fans.
That's because every time a Redskin fan goes to Philadelphia, they get their butt kicked, and they can't stand the fact that Philadelphia is so passionate about their teams.
Are they passionate about their teams, David? And I'm from that area myself. I grew up right outside of Philadelphia, went to all the Phillies games, Eagles games growing up. Are they passionate, or are they just out of control, crazy people?
I like that one.
Like you said, they're blue collar.
Yeah.
They're blue collar people who love their teams and will get angry when they stink. And unfortunately, they stink a lot. But
they do not love their teams because they will not back them up. I've seen Mike Schmidt, who's a future Hall of Famer, booed there. I've seen Steve Carlton booed there. And and I'm talking about going 3 for 5. He will get booed on the 2 that he did not.
It's the worst place to be when you're losing. It's the best place to be when you're winning.
You know what? Only the fans say that. The players never say, hey, this is a great place to be when we're winning. Because they will still find something wrong with you.
And it probably doesn't help that they play games in a concrete bowl like the.
All right, now you're finding out that you're making excuses. We are talking about the fans themselves. And
I'm proud of the Philly fans. Like when they booed off who was it, Destiny's Child at the finals a couple years ago for basketball. I was proud of that.
Now why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it just shows how much passion it is.
Now what was their problem with Destiny's Child?
What did they do?
One of them had the LA Lakers jersey.
I will say this, they booed Destiny's Child like they boo everybody for having to be black. That's one of the things that you get booed at in Philadelphia. And it is true. They will cheer for somebody while they're winning, But as soon as they're losing, they become an N. And you can ask any player who's played in Philadelphia as part of the home team, and they've been called racially offensive names. And you know it, David.
You got to have a spine to play in Philadelphia, that's for sure.
I'm saying, Cameron, is there anything positive are they helping the Eagles in any way when they're at those games?
No, and I just want to congratulate this guy for leaving the world's worst city. Congratulations living in D.C.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
I'll be back in Philly, trust me. I was at
Rush.
The scariest place to be for an opposing fan, the opposing team, is the Vet and Philly fan.
I will tell you this. I'm not going to kid you. When I was a kid, I was up. It was the playoffs. Phillies against the Dodgers. I saw it. I'm Vet Center in Vet Stadium, third level center field. We're getting our asses kicked. The Phillies are losing. Guy comes out in a Dodger hat and jersey. He's all doing a dance. They grab him. They take him, and they started to chuck him off the side. A cop came up, had a hold of his foot as he's doing it. And literally, if the cop wasn't there, they would have thrown the guy to his death. That's not about being a great fan. That's being homicidal.
And we have to wear these vests that say WJFK on the sideline so we get TV time. And the fans scream. Yeah, I mean, the worst obscenities you could possibly imagine. For people doing their job, just because we're from Washington. I thought they're bulletproof. They live in a toilet.
About Washington fans, I mean, the fans here, you usually live in D.C. for a couple of years and then you leave. I mean, there's no real...
That's fine. No, I don't mind fanaticism and love for your team, but the Philly fans just take it too far.
What's the new
They
stadium
cross the line.
And I mean, you're throwing batteries at people.
Yeah.
That's all. It's a Lincoln
That happens
Financial
everywhere.
Here's what it does not happen as much as it happens in
I've been to every stadium in the country, and I've never seen anything like that.
Well, that's because not everyone had battery giveaway day, whatever they had.
These people, they sell them outside and they buy them to go in and chuck.
Here's what's going to happen when Lincoln Financial Field opens. Brand new, sparkling clean stadium. The Philly fans are going to go in there like Pigpen from Peanuts, and as soon as they walk through the door, that thing's going to look like the old Vet immediately. In an instant, that thing's going to all of a sudden look scary and haunted.
It'll just take on the look of all of Philadelphia.
Ooh.
They bring it with them.
Yeah, your feelings
are... saying what? I dare you, Cameron, to go to a Eagles game wearing your Redskins.
He goes every...
I do. I
year.
Because Redskins WJFK. What else do I need more of a target on me?
WJFK? Well, that's because they don't get you because you're in the radio.
Not to mention the fact that they let the air out of our tires at the WJFK band in the parking lot. Real class.
It's not being a fan to act like that.
It's being a moron.
It's not like you have a love for the game or an appreciation for the game. It's literally like being a crazy mob. And I'll say a lot of those people don't even know what the hell's happening on the field. I've sat next to them, and when you're screaming the whole time, you're not following the game. All right, thanks a lot, David.
Thank you, David. Let's leave him with his feelings.
Best of luck back. I hope you make it the king of Prussia. I hope you move up in the world.
Enjoy your tasty cakes.
Well, they are good. I will say that.
And I'm starving again.
Although when they start putting that cheese whiz on cheesesteaks, I think it lost a lot.
866-277-4969. DC local lines 202-432-1067.
Here is Eugene. Eugene, you're on Fez. Hey, Eugene.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez. How are you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
Keeping score. I've been bringing my laptop to the games. I've written a little database for recording all of it. But to add interest to it, I try to steal signs now. I try to record the series of signs by the third base coach and see what the runner's going to do next.
Yeah, have you ever been able to pick up any?
Have you cracked the code?
No, not yet, because a lot of times they switch it from inning to inning. So you got to keep track of it like that. But then they like first inning they'll have one series, and then second inning the series will change. But then the third inning, a lot of times they go back to it.
All right, so
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but you actually sit there with a laptop and try to keep up and keep all the stats that way.
Yeah. I catch a lot of grief from it for it.
I bet.
I'd be afraid of something getting spilt in that thing.
I would just want to check my email.
No, I don't have anything online, through the internet. But
he's in chat room, section 8, row 15.
Ooh, good seats in the chat room.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. I can't imagine doing this. See.
It just seems like way too much work on a nice day at the ballpark.
I mean, the one thing I want to do is get away from my computer. What is it, Billy? What do you got for us?
Spy report.
Yes, it seems that the Tampa Bay Lightning have beaten the Washington Capitals 3-1 to tie the series up at 2-2.
Why are you so depressed? You act like you're a big Capitals fan.
Well, Capitals is, the local team now, But
that's no reason for you to suddenly feel connected.
Well, we're coming back.
Wasn't it the Avalanche last week?
No, we're coming back this Friday night. Next game's Friday, and we're going to beat the Lightning on their home ice.
You act like you're the world's biggest hockey fan all of a sudden.
Oh, please! I used to get into I used to go to games when I was in high school for $2.50 and pay off Muggsy, the ticket taker.
What is he talking about?
No, I have no idea, but he mentioned his weight was 250 in high school.
No.
I know that must have been junior high school.
How did this turn into weight?
We don't know what you're talking about, Muggsy.
I tipped the guy to sneak into hockey games when we were kids.
And his name was Muggsy?
Yeah.
Why did you grow up? The Roaring 20s?
Every night. It seems like you're older and older. So finally you're like, I remember General Lee. I would bring him his boots.
Look, I did not name
I remember when me and the other newsies announced that Lindbergh had made it.
What are you talking about, Billy?
I'm just saying I've been a hockey fan since a very young age, and the guy who I used to tip to get in. Well, guy's nickname was Muggsy. I don't know why.
When are you going up against the Patriots? When are these hockey players coming in to shoot on you?
As soon as they can get the stuff together. I'm ready all the time. I'll do it now.
Would you stop being specific and, stop being crazy and be a little more specific? It's not going to happen now.
Well,
you know that.
I'm showing my confidence.
What I want is a date.
Let's do it in 2 weeks.
What are you going to do, get yourself into shape?
Yeah, 2 weeks. I need a little more time than that.
I hope they knock the staples out of you.
No, come on.
I hope you take a puck right in your incision and you actually cough up some staples.
These Patriots don't shoot missiles. I got nothing to worry about here.
Yeah.
And what's your claim? That you'll let through more than you block?
Yeah, I will save more than they score on me.
Oh, I tried to trick them up there.
So, yeah, and I'm ready to take on the Patriots.
Go ahead.
Any Capitals, any pros out there, anybody at all, I am taking on all comers.
All right, here's Scott.
Hello.
Scott, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Scott.
We're having trouble with this phone back. Go ahead, Scotty.
You there, Scott?
Hey, yes, how you doing?
Cool again, my friend.
Hey, I want Billy to put his money where his mouth is.
All right, go ahead.
I want Billy to put $1,000 up, and I'll even take his money and put it towards charity. And I will beat him so bad.
That's a really nice thing, but unfortunately I have a gambling problem.
You see, I already know that. That's why I know if I put the money up, you actually might take it.
He won't pay you.
No, see, that would be a relapse for me.
All right, what about a charitable thing?
It's a charity thing.
All right, you'll let
It's our charity thing.
You'll let Scott shoot on you?
Of course.
And you'll
I'll put it up. I'll even name the charity, the Leukemia Fund.
All right, great. That's great. So if I stop more than you score, you give $1,000 to the Leukemia Charity Fund.
Well, first of all, I'm not worried about me giving any money up. It's you.
Oh, no, I can't gamble. You have to do the gambling. I'm not allowed to gamble.
See, you're only... With Billy, he has yet another addiction. It's gambling. He's not going to put any of his own money up.
Well, it's not gambling. It's him donating $1,000 to charity.
Think of all the poor leukemia children you'll be helping. Just put up the 1,000, and I'll stop 3 out of 5, and you'll save someone's life.
3 out of 5? You'll be lucky if you stop 1.
Please. You're lucky if you get one even on net. All right?
I'm sorry.
Wait, Scott, what are your qualifications? What street hockey league did you come from?
Actually, a little New England town plays for a city called, or a school called Mount St. Charles.
Wow, big time. I saw you guys on
Hockey for Mount St. Helens. 20 years.
I saw you. Yeah, just missed you guys the other night on Hockey Night in Canada. How did that happen?
I can't even imagine that you can bend over.
You want to see me bend over?
Yeah.
Watch.
He just popped the staple.
And dropped the loaf.
Did his arms even reach his knees?
No. Deep knee bend.
Yeah.
Let's see you touch your toes, Billy.
Bend all the way over and touch your shoes.
With my hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that shirt's going to rip.
You know, if you had a quart of beer in each hand, you could touch those toes.
Not with those T-Rex arms.
You need a little loosening up, too. I'm a little stiff.
I said, don't sit out there.
You know what? You're about the only person who'll ever say that, Billy.
Yeah.
You're stiff.
Yeah. He's never been in the position. Billy, you got to do this for your manhood. $1,000?
You back me?
I don't back you in anything.
At least I got a
I'll back
to
Scott.
lose.
I will back Scott right now.
Okay, Fez, and you're in my corner, Fez. You're going to help the leukemia children.
Hey, how did I end up losing before the bet even happened?
No, I can't believe you're in the corner of a rink. That's how bad your luck is with this guy.
I am not in your corner.
Fez, you got to be. If Ron's going to be in Scott's corner, an unknown, a man he doesn't know who played for a school that probably didn't even have ice, okay, you know I'm going to beat this guy. A guy played for the Little Sisters of the Second Floor hockey team. And
Billy, I'm going to tell you something right now. I would bet on blind Courtney to put 3 out of 5 on you.
I'll take that bet.
Oh, you're awful.
I thought you couldn't gamble.
To beat you.
Yeah. All right, thanks. Scott, I'm going to put you on hold, and we're going to bring you in one night, okay?
Okay.
I'm not backing Billy. Scott's just going to have a really crowded corner.
Fez?
Joe, you're on Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Funny.
Yo, Billy, man, he keeps talking about the Caps, you know, and now since he started talking about it, they've been losing.
It's very true, Billy. They were 2-0. You came in another 2-2.
I am not going to be the albatross around the Caps' neck. I am just reporting what is happening.
Since you started your spy reports on the Caps, they've lost every game.
I'm guaranteeing victory Friday night.
Is that your next Jinx report? Jinx report.
What are you guaranteeing it with? What are you putting on the line Friday night if the Caps lose?
No, it's my radio psychic prediction. The Caps are going to win Friday night.
Billy, what's the name here?
Domingue.
What? Hi, you're on Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, my buddy.
Hey, I'm a Philly fan in D.C., and D.C. fans are Washington Redskins fans are the worst fans ever.
Tell us why you don't like the Redskins fans.
I've been to a couple of their games. They don't do nothing but sit on their hands all day long. And there'll be like 5 Eagles fans, and they'll be the only fan you hear in the whole section.
All right, so what do you expect a fan to do? What does a good fan do?
At least cheer for his team, whether they're down or up. Yell at them. That's what you pay money for, not to sit there. If you want to sit there, sit in front of your television and do the same thing.
All right, so your version of a fan is you got to be screaming.
You don't got to be screaming, but you got to be somewhat animated. I mean, you went there to spend some money to follow your team. Don't sit there and let some guy from out of town punk you right in your own stadium.
All right, now again, it's becoming a turf war. Instead of enjoying a game, you have started a turf war.
It's not a turf war, but I mean, if you're going to come to somebody's town, you got to be loud. You got to intimidate them.
So you got to be loud. The home fans have to be loud. Visiting fans have to be loud. Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun to watch a game.
You could be loud, but you could be respectful too at the same time. I don't agree with. I've been to the vet a lot of times, and I've seen some guys go overboard, and I've handled a couple guys because you don't talk, especially when people go there with their kids and stuff like that.
And you know the way they talk in front of kids there. You know it.
Yeah, I do.
I know.
700 level.
The 700 level. God, that was a nightmare.
The 700 club.
You know what? Once someone just said to my dad, could you take a second job and we just moved to the 600 level?
My dad will never go to a Vets game. He got tickets one time from work and he took me to the game. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Guys cursing, just spitting at each other, and my dad sitting there fuming.
Yeah, I was a little kid, and I mean, they would be insane, Fez.
And I totally agree with you. I saw him try to throw a Dallas Cowboys fan over the railing one time when the Cowboys went up with like three seconds to go in the game. You knew the game was over, so we had to win at something. They tried to toss it.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, the other thing is, they think that they have a rivalry going with every single other team. They act like this is the big game. Us and Dallas.
Hated rival.
Us and the Giants.
Exactly. Everybody.
Us and the Skins.
We got to find somebody. Somebody's got some crippled mother or somebody somewhere.
Right.
So we got to bring out of the woodwork and say, hey, remember this?
You got to bring them out of the Woolworths is what you got to do. All right. Thanks a lot, my man.
All right, buddy.
See you later.
Thanks for the call.
All right. We'll take a break. We're right back. Run a Fez.